Alright, I am back once again for the Darkest Project. I didn't really go over what the Darkest Project was, but pretty much the Darkest Project is my senior project, because in senior year for senior writing we have to do this weird project. That's really about it, really. I couldn't think of a topic, and this is the only thing I could think of with the given time limit of like 2 days. So, yeah, out of desperation, I picked this. And that's really all the Darkest Project is. The goal is to beat the Darkest Dungeon at least once, because it looks like I have to defeat it 4 times, which I was unaware of. So I hope that I can do it in a month. Oh god. I mean, I think it's possible if I grind at it, you know, maybe some extra videos every once in a while. So yeah, that's just a project. Where we left off, I only had 5 minutes left of my recording time, and I decided to graciously use it to check out a new dungeon that I have never looked at before. Frankly, I wasn't going to do any of the DLC dungeons, mostly because I didn't think I would have time to do them. And yet here we are, doing the farmstead, which is from the Color of Madness DLC. Same with the shards. I'm also going to link another senior project I'm in, called the Podcast into the video once I upload it this Friday. So that'll be fun. You get to deal with me and 2 of my friends with moderately crappy audio and very controversial topics. So I didn't really come here with any topics prepped. Okay, whenever the flame stops moving on the torch, because when that stops I get scared, because I have had many problems. So can we move? Okay, so we're still in combat, because we had this weird safe space, kind of. But okay, so I also did a very poor job overall explaining everything, in my opinion. So I'm not really going to recap it, but pretty much these are all your moves. Everything that's highlighted is selected. This is just going to be a quick overview. These are bad quirks. The little skull means they're locked in, which is a term people use. Pretty much mean if I want to cure that, it will take a lot more work. So curing one of this, like a Fear of Unholy that isn't locked in, could be like 100 gold, for example. But doing Kleptomaniac, which is locked in, would be like 400 gold, which is very low. This game usually charges like 2,000 to 4,000, so we're just going to use Bulwark of Faith.
Brilliant confluence of skill and purpose.
As we have an entire turn of breather, we're going to heal up a little bit. I have to deal with farmhands. The entire lore of this DLC is quite literally, I think, a meteor just crashes on a farm and does all this. I'm not 100% sure. Alright, so I mean, it says heal there, I don't really need to explain that. The reason why this is so low is because the little cross appears, meaning I can heal everyone. I use that quite a bit because I don't like the offensive moves. Really, the only one I like is Judgment, and even then, I usually only can barely get a hit off that. So we're just going to focus on healing the most injured, which is our Crusader. And this is one of the other classes we have. They focus on mostly bleeding. I think that's all they can do. Yeah, but because of this setup, they can't do their bleed move. They can go into a rage, which gives them a damage buff, which I find very useful. Which then does that. And to cover more about this fight, since I am throwing this all in immediately, the corpses will become these crystals, which I find very interesting. Or if you break them, you heal. But if you don't break them within a turn, they explode and pretty much almost kill you. So you really want to target these crystals. Oh, they added a new enemy type, Husk. I'm pretty sure I probably commented about that. I don't want to do healing because I'm really afraid of these crystalline aberrations. I thought that was about abominations. Okay. Well, they go last because on their speed roll they get a -4. But like I said, this game is just math on math, which I don't really mind. And I didn't even know that's how they calculated speed. I actually had to Google it. That's not good. Yeah, and they will fill in their ranks, I think until that's full, but I'm not sure. Either way, I feel kind of scared about that. Because this is a low-level party here, and I feel like I shouldn't be here. I think we'll use Grape Shot, I guess. I don't like that, because none of my people besides are highwaymen can attack that space, which is not good. Okay. I'm gonna go for that. This isn't good. At least we have a turn to deal with this.
Executed with impunity.
Right. So that's one crystal down. I want to heal. Not. How high is your stun resistance? Okay, it's 20%. Alright. Every time. Now we're going to try and break the last 2 crystals before they can cause me serious damage. Oh yeah, did I even mention trinkets? Oh boy.
Another one falls.
Oh, and I still haven't edited the first video. I was planning on doing that Thursday because that's when I don't record, as my schedule says and fills it.
Wounds of war can be healed.
So I apologize if my voice is either too loud or too quiet when the narrator talks. Just target him. Oh, I was hoping that deal damage. I find that hilarious. Then I use that move because it gives us a damage and accuracy buff. Why you guys don't target our Crusader, please? Okay. Still can't do damage to that, I'm sad.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter. Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
It's good, we're doing good. Heal the Crusader. Wow. We're just gonna destroy a corpse. I know I should probably save the corpses, because I bet the crystal things are the currency that I looked at in the Nomad place. But, you know, I seriously, when those explode, they hurt.
Gone, fiend.
We all witnessed it last episode. They hurt bad, like really bad. Like, we need to destroy those crystals. Yeah, we're doing good. I'll probably never pause from later. Oh, they have a healing ability. Oh, and they get better speed. Oh no. Oh no. I wonder if the moon ring is active right now. First I'll paint that. I haven't used any of these items yet. I barely explained them and I apologized. Well, I apologize for that, but
Eradicated.
okay, that was good. A critical hit for once. But the main reason why is because immediately I have to explain camping skills. Which in the research paper I did, I only covered combat skills.
Compassion is a rarity in the field.
And I only realized that, like, after I turned it in. But I was mainly focused on the research paper, just how long does it take to kill an enemy's group. 50 stun resistance. Maybe we're gonna try and stun that guy. This should work because the stun's done. It's gonna charge us. We're gonna target it with Grape Shot. The stealthed enemies, their weakness is area of effect tag. Oh, that cures Blight and Bleed. That. I'm not liking the Crusader's stress right now. I do not want him to snap. Oh, that one's handled. Next up is the Plow Horse. The crystal's full. Can I go home now? Okay. Oh no. Maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe the crystal gods demand one more.
The bigger the beast.
Okay, they demanded one more sacrifice. We are returning to the hamlet. God, immediately took 10 minutes. Oh, they count my kills. Oh, okay. 20 enemy, 12 comet shot. Okay. Barely got paid for that. Oh, I got 3,000 gold. See, it's not all looking bad. It's just mostly looking bad. Okay, that's good. Oh, that. Okay. Germaphobe. Oh, wait. Uh-oh. If we don't have a healer, we might have a problem. Because if all those missions stayed medium, I seriously don't think I can get through a medium dungeon without a healer. Of any form. I'll take an occultist right now.
She has paid dearly
Oh,
for
yeah.
her freedom.
Shield breaker?
That deserves
Yeah,
better
shield breaker.
than
The
this
snake
place.
person, as I call them, because their entire moves are very snake related. I only used these like 3 times.
Shifting, swaying.
I liked
She
their class, I
mesmerizes
really
her prey
did.
before the
I didn't
final
include
strike.
them to the research paper because they're a DLC. Oh, thank you, an occultist. Because they're DLC based. Okay, these classes. This is our money maker. This is good. Pretty much we throw the antiquarian in, and every once in a while they have an option to pull some
She
loot
searches
out of
where others will not
and out
go,
of anywhere really.
and sees
Oh wait, I
what
should probably
others
check these
will not
first.
see.
Even better. That is not good. I do not want infirm. Can we fix that? Let's check the shops room.
The bellows
The
blast once
blacksmith.
again. The forge stands ready to make weapons of war.
Okay. If I even went out, I could have got some deeds.
Make no
The
mistake,
guild.
we will face ever greater threats.
These
Our
guys,
soldiers
yeah,
must
these
be
guys do
ready.
your skills. I can work with them. And the tavern is decently upgraded. Some people will not want to do anything. Like the Crusader, he wants to pray, so we just put him in the prayer room. Yep, your torch god will help you, buddy. Oh, it won't. Let him think that though, just for now. So there are a few changes I want to make to Bostel immediately. Let's take a look at the attacks, because I have not touched the Antiquarian at all. Because in their entire class, it's hinted they can loot stuff, better than others, but because I got this game when I was so young, I immediately ignored it. Looked at her skills and went, "This class sucks. I don't want this class at all." And then I discovered their real purpose. Flash powder is useful. We're gonna just do that. We're gonna be bold. Alright, why bothers? That's 6,000 gold and we have a medium dungeon immediately. Okay. I think we'll be fine. So the leper, this is the better tank over the Crusader, I believe. The only downside with the leper is that they have horrible accuracy. I think they're one of the lowest in the game that I know of. I'll take a risk taker. I can see that being useful because it's a tanky guy. Even better, he is really good. Yeah, I would be stupid to not let you.
This man understands
I
that
will need the
adversity
occultist
and existence are one and the same.
Is that no? That's the same. What? Okay, they both had the same skin. We are immediately changing you, so I do not get confused. Yeah, I thought I only had one Vestal. This changes a lot. But pretty much the occultist, he revolves around mainly, I think, eldritch damage, debuffing, and if you're desperate for a healer, he can heal. But his healing isn't really top-notch. I mean, I like his healing. It's literally 0 to 18, and I usually get the higher numbers. Okay. Soft might be a problem. I don't do Gravedigger. I never really got them that much. They could still be useful.
To those with a keen
just
eye,
missing the Jester,
gold gleams
the
like a
Flagellant,
dagger's point.
the Musketeer, the Man-at-Arms, the Arbalist. I think that's all we're missing. Yeah, no. I want to gather everyone before I start grabbing duplicates of people. So, crystals. Okay, so nothing that's here. Yes. Oh, we need 25 for that. Okay. Well, back to the grind. How bad is... What is that? The thing from the stars roams here this week. You might encounter it. This is a boss. You can tell because that's the symbol of a boss. That is something completely different. We do not want to touch that yet. But that's a boss because of how that looks. That scares me. So yeah, we're resorted to doing a medium. Oh, what? Okay, they refresh. Last episode, all of these were mediums. And I didn't want to touch them. Okay, I think we might do a medium. The Seer Stone might be useful. And it's an easy mission where I can just dodge all my problems. So we're gonna put... I don't... Next time I'll resort to the research paper. To at least test what I said, because I'm probably wrong in there. We do not want you there. We want you there. Ooh, but then here comes the problem. We don't have many second line fighters. Technically, they count. But they move around a lot, which might cause problems. I'm willing to risk it though. Nervous stat, I made them a bit better. But still, my inventory is probably going to get filled quick with Okay, I'm gonna put it the Plague Doctor. Now, do you have a tier? Okay, number 1. No, number 4. We have to keep with the theme here. If everyone but like one person came in with all white with the group, I want to keep that consistent just because I never get the same color palette. Now this item's pretty important. Can't be okay. I don't know what Shard Dust does. That's kind of interesting. But pretty much with camping, you require a lot of food because either your people will eat the food first, or you will eat most of your food. Always bring extra torches. I always grab a couple shovels. And this is my average loadout, and like I said, I go bankrupt quick. So if this doesn't come out with money, I will immediately assemble a money grabbing team. Now we wait for the loading. But yeah, camping, pretty much, if you use the firewood, you can camp in a room only, so you cannot camp in hallways. And that gives you time to recuperate
Pace out the halls
your
of your
wounds,
lineage,
reduce
once
stress.
familiar, now foreign.
Also, every mission has a different type. Right now we're doing an explorer mission. I already looked at you. You have no dodge. Oh boy, that might be fun to deal with. I can see why it's called Risk Taker, but I still find that more of a game. You usually want to try and drive with dim light. The only thing that worries me is stress, but I think we'll be fine. Going to stab. Looking at the attacks here, I think we're gonna do that. Now that might be a very bold move. We're gonna do dazzling light for the extra light. It's barely anything, but hey, we stunned it. We're now going to try and chop an enemy. Okay. We can take every hit. He's tanky enough. The only thing that could probably kill him if I'm too careless is a heart attack, which happens when you reach 200 stress. I think we'll be fine. Some plague grenades will always cure wounds. Yeah, we're gonna do this move to him.
As the fiend
Kill
falls,
him out of the way.
a faint hope blossoms.
We're gonna chop him again. Nice. Okay. The bone arbalists are usually very irritating to handle because they always, for me at least, hit my... Oh, hey, there's the ancestor. I'm getting way off topic. But pretty much, I don't like these guys because when they hit really hard and they usually never miss. So that's why I like having a Plague Doctor, because that is a lot of damage over time. I'm gonna heal him up first because he cannot dodge at all. Oh yeah, guy can heal himself. And defense. So let's cut down the corpses so we can actually get to our targets.
Press this advantage.
Kill
Give them no
him.
quarter.
Then all we have left is the poor archer. Trying to spot. Oh, okay. He dodged. My response is for 21 damage. Nice. See, we're already gaining
These
back all of our
nightmarish
gold.
creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Nice. Okay, now our inventory's full. Then we got a scout chance, which is good. But pretty much, that worries me. Stress already at 73. I'm not gonna camp. Camping early is kind of stupid. Especially this early at most. Okay, hunger's a problem. We can eat. At most, I want to clear at least half of an area and then camp. But sometimes on the Explorer missions, this can be avoided. Empty rooms, that's good. Alchemy table, partially intact set of experimental equipment. Yeah, this is the thing we can do pretty much. We can either just interact with this, or we could put items in here. I know from experience when I put a torch here, we create a very bright light, immediately giving us 100 torch. This is a trap. We don't like them. They hurt. And then you can tell their chances, which they aren't good, but okay, good. If you successfully disarm a trap, you will heal stress, which is very useful. However, if you get hit by the trap while you're trying to disarm it, you'll gain stress and get damaged. Ooh, nice. Certain items cannot be, like, optionally interacted with. So we're going down the path of loot. We're gonna be rich. Or I'll have to sacrifice all my supplies to become rich. Where on the status?
Annihilated.
You know, the cutthroat is a bit dangerous. I would rather have the cutthroat than the shooter, because that guy pretty much has a weaker form of grape shot. And usually area attacks are just bad. These guys have better blight resistance. So we're just gonna juice our people out. Ow. Oh, sweet, that lasted the battle. That isn't good. Okay, we missed. I'm gonna say stab the cutthroat. Battlefield medicine so we can stop the bleed damage. And then going to heal the shield breaker. Chop the bloodletter apart. We can't. This guy will never die. But I might keep Risk Taker. We need to heal you. But I might keep Risk Taker just because it is, in my opinion, one of the bad quirks that are really good. But it's a certain character that has it. Like if it was the Crusader, that's a really good move. But if it was on a character like the Plague Doctor, the Bestial, or the well, kind of anyone really that isn't tanky or a frontline person, I wouldn't see it as useful. That isn't good, but I do not want to heal. Let's try the other attack. We missed. Oh, you can use Battle Mode. Let's use on yourself. Ow, okay. I'm gonna try and kill this guy again. Maybe? I don't want to risk it. He has a turn, or we're going to miss. We might actually have to camp at the end of this side. Just because of the amount of damage we're taking. I'd rather keep the leper alive over the shield breaker. I'm not that attached to the shield breaker. I mean, they're nice to have, but I would rather have him who can dish out like 20 damage.
Monstrous size has no intrinsic merit, unless inordinate exsanguination is considered a virtue.
We'll then heal them. We will then heal him. Okay, I got an idea what we can do.
Unnerved, unbalanced.
Alright, got an idea. Sweet, it worked. We're just going to focus on healing and just let the blight kill him. Alright. Great plans come together once in a while.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Okay. We have a grave robber. What can I throw away? I don't really want to throw away anything. But we need the gold. Guess we can throw away the medicinal herbs, because I don't really use them here. Yeah, no, I don't have enough room. Alright, we're just gonna leave that there. If I leave that there, I mean we're not gonna have any. We're then going to waste our time and open this.
If only treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
And that's about it, really. Yeah, in the next two rooms we will have to do the last key here. So we're already stacked on gold, but if I have to flee at any point, we will still make a I'm not sure if it's the net gain. I would have to check. We're going to dazzle
confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
I've shot the first guy down. And uh-oh, we cannot do that. Buff the shield. Alright.
Be gone, fiend.
That's another enemy taken care of.
Success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
I did not expect us to get so much cash within the first. Okay, it's the chests for the skeleton key doesn't matter. I'm gonna do that to him. We'll cause him to blight. And I'll buff the leper for more damage if we can actually land our hits. Heal the shield breaker once again. And maybe kill this eradicated. Alright, we are doing good right now. Like, we are doing very good. That's not good. This is affliction.
Those who covet injury find it in no
pretty much, it's just a stress reaction in the game. Once you reach 100 stress, you gain something. Which is usually them spouting random nonsense about a certain topic. For example, because they got masochists, they will be more aggressive in combat. They will pretty much hit. They have a small chance of stabbing themselves and stabbing their allies, I believe. And they can also reject healing. I'm not sure if they all can reject healing, but I know masochists will definitely reject healing. They will also reject any allied buffs that relate to defending them or anything.
Unforgiving.
Okay, they'll die next turn anyway. And I cannot reverse that till I get back to the handle. Which I don't really mind. Nice, a critical heal, that's good. Finish them off.
Formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Grab some stuff. Set up the original party. Okay, yep. And a venom. It cures every problem. I agree. We need to... Yeah, this is usually how my runs end. I usually have to massacre certain items. The disabling did not go well.
Lie in wait, unsprung and
So
thirsting for
that might
blood.
be a problem. Okay, good. It's not a room battle. Okay, this right here. This is something you do not want to touch, because you will summon what is called a shambler. I have fought it, I think, 4 times, because I try really hard to win against the shambler. We have an ancient rivalry. Every 4 times I got brutally destroyed. I think one time I won, with like, out of the group of 4, only 1 surviving. So yeah, we're just going to ignore all of those till we're like level 5. Because I tried to fight him when I was level 1, when I was level 3, I think. And when I was level 2, and I think 2 again. Because sometimes the space in between my runs takes so long to where I just forget, and I'm like, what's this? And then I throw the torch, and I'm like, oh, it's this boss fight. So I believe they're supposed to be like a boss. I love the artwork
As
for
the
this
light
game, by
gains
the way.
purchase,
This is one of my
spirits are
favorite
lifted,
art styles.
and purpose is made clear.
And I actually have another game like this, too, that runs off of a very similar art style, which is really cool. They also have a Darkest Dungeon 2. I'm not too sure how I feel about that game because they made it 3D, but... Oh, the trap disarmament all the way down. I did not know afflictions caused that. That would explain why. We're gonna make the healthiest person try and disarm it. I don't think that's gonna be it was money and food.
Waiting to be spent.
Yeah, these are, like I said, I might read those as their own little final episode. I might not read those. Okay. See, I think I might just avoid all rune combat encounters right now that aren't treasure related. So I'm quite satisfied with the amount of money I have. Okay, these are really good. I trash my holy water, but pretty much they will either buff you or heal you. This one is a buff until camped. Certain buffs will last for a battle, certain buffs will last for a couple rounds. Debuffs are also the same way, by the way. One of the enemies in, I think, the ruins, the Madman, is an enemy that can give you a debuff till camp.
Finding the stuff is only the first test.
Pretty big deal.
Now it must be carried home.
That's why we're trying to avoid combat. I mean, we can easily take on a fight. I mean, it's just a rune battle with a hero, which is obviously curiosity, which is anything that might be remotely interesting, which is every single thing but a chest. So that's nice. We're gonna try and light a spider. We're doing good so far.
Falls.
Or at least I think we are. Huh. I seriously did not expect to dodge at all. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, they just rejected my healing. I mean, I can't heal them at all. They won't even come up as an option. So then heal the shield breaker. But, yeah. The afflictions are cool. I just wish the game was a tiny bit more forgiving, because there's also a really cool part of it called, what were they called? I can't remember. I have to look into the into the in-depth. I believe they're called virtues, if I remember correctly. See, you accepted my word now. But the virtues are the polar opposite. They will actually buff your allies.
Cleansed from our lands.
But they'll buff your allies, reduce stress, and overall are way more useful. Okay. I believe we need to explore one more room and then we're good. Which will just make it the room battle. Okay, we're gonna stay for a moment. Do I want to push my luck? I don't think I should. I think it's time to run away. I think it's time for us to go home. Because we will resell all of our loot. Plus the 4,000. I'm pretty sure we made back all the money.
Whatever secrets they hold.
Yeah, we did. Because I lost about 4 to 5-ish thousand. I wish we had paper deeds though. Okay, I don't mind. Crit isn't really a big game changer when you're a leper because they deal like 20 damage a hit at level 1, which is incredible. So I'm really happy I could get him this early in the game.
I can still see their angry faces as they stormed the manor.
Yeah.
But I was dead before they found me.
Then we finally unlocked the
sanitarium. The letter was
sanitarium.
on its way.
This is a beautiful place. Who was it that I needed to cure you for fear of the unholy? We're going to, but yeah, we can easily talk about this now. You can also lock in good traits. Oh, we can do both? I did not know that. Okay. But yeah, pretty much, if we do that one, it's way more expensive. Which I don't mind Kleptomaniac. But Fear of the Unholy is a major problem. I'm just gonna buff that slightly.
The front line of this war is not in the dungeon, but rather
let's take a look.
Inside the mind.
Yeah, you just don't want to.
A
He
little
just
hope,
doesn't like
however desperate,
gambling.
is never without
he has been
worth.
caught cheating. Okay, we are not going to take that spot. I'm going to send you to get Blackout Drunk. Look at the blacksmith. I can't buy any upgrades. Another Bestial. We do not want you to leave. Man-at-Arms. Hold on. 1 second. We always have to dedicate. They all look the same. We're good. So just get in here.
The raw strength of youth may be spent.
Okay, this one's more interesting. As you can see, there is a very big difference. You know, we're going to color him something else so we know that there are major differences between him and Reinald. So these are his attacks. As you can see, very different. Because he actually has an attack where he needs to go to the back, which could be very useful. And then he has just front and center attacks. So we're gonna take him in.
A mighty sword arm anchored by holy purpose.
We can actually like trade, exchange our stuff. We can do crystals. I did not know that. It looks like they trade best with shields. Do I want to? That might be stupid. I don't want to do that yet. That seems very risky. Actually, what we could do is that. Then for, oh, it is just 3. We don't have a choice really to do that. I can just go back in there and grab
Great
more.
heroes can be found even here, in the mud and rain.
Having that open is very useful. Alright, okay, it moves. That is even worse. This bar pretty much means the box is coming up. We need to explore every other area. I think next up we'll do the cove. Or the wall. Or this area right here. We're not going to touch the Warrens because the thing from the stars roams here. Which I will probably have to research more into. Bounty hunter. We do not have a bounty hunter. Alright, well, I believe that's really all we have to do. See you next time, which will be technically Friday, because I'm going to upload all my videos on a schedule like that. But yeah, see you next Friday, I guess.